Fellas, let me tell you what you need to know before you make her your wife. As a married man, picking a wife is the most important decision you will make in your life. Yes, up front, you kind of already know she needs to be fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, and submissive. But let's dive a little bit more deeper into that. There's a lot more that you need to know before you choose who you propose to, before you choose who you get to represent you as your wife. Let's get into the fit part. Yes, she needs to be fit at a somewhat of a healthy way. Now, this is not a complete deal breaker, but you do not want a morbidly obese woman. Men are not attracted to morbidly obese women. It's just not healthy. It is not attractive. There's nothing sexy about having high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, all this other kind of stuff, high cholesterol. No, that is not sexy at all. I'm not saying she can't be overweight, but being morbidly obese is not sexy. And yes, even if a woman is overweight, she can get in the gym. She can get down to a single digit dress size. Overall, she needs to be fit. She needs to be at a healthy weight. I don't want to go into pounds and all that, but what is a healthy weight for her height? She's got to be submissive. Fellas, let me tell you, as a man who made this mistake before, you cannot be with a masculine woman. It will not work. It will not work if she is masculine. Two masculine energies are going to clash. They will always clash because they keep fighting for the leadership position. It takes masculine energy to be a leader. I get it. Some women are lawyers or whatever. They're leaders in their respective business or company or whatever. I get it. They have to have masculine energy at work. But when she comes home, she got to leave that at the door. She's got to leave that at the door. You cannot have a happy long-term relationship with a masculine woman. She will continue to argue with you. She will continue to try to be the head of the household, to try to take the lead, to try to tell you what to do. No, she needs to fall in her feminine role and follow your leadership. It is feminine to take a step back and let the man with the masculine energy to lead. A man with the masculine energy, with the God given masculine energy that he has in him, with the spiritual energy, with the emotional intelligence, with everything that he needs to be a masculine leader, she needs to be a feminine follower. It will not work if she is masculine too, because she's going to try to take the lead. You're going to try to take the natural lead, and you're going to keep on butting heads. You're going to keep on arguing. Hell, you might even end up fighting. It will not work. She has to be feminine, because guess what? At the end of the day, if two masculine people are arguing all the time, fighting for leadership, one person has to be feminine in the relationship. She will not respect a man that is feminine. No woman in this world respects a man that acts feminine. It will not work. She must be feminine while you are naturally masculine in the relationship. Now, friendly. She has to be friendly. You cannot deal with the woman that's always got an attitude, always got some kind of problem, always got something to complain about, like just some kind of Debbie Downer. You don't want to be around a woman like that. Not at all. No, 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 no. It just drains your energy. It just takes the morale out of you. You don't even want to do anything for a woman that's not friendly. You don't want to go out and work 10, 12, 16-hour days and come home to a woman that's just all nasty and negative, got an attitude all the time. No, she's got to be nice. She has to be friendly and not just, no fakeness or nothing like that. No, she has to be content with her life, content with herself, and naturally happy in her life. You got to watch out for some women that they might be taking some kind of medicine or psych meds or something to keep them happy or keep them content or stop them from going crazy. No, you don't want a woman like that. She has to be friendly, not just to you, but to other people in public, with her family, with her friends. When you go out to a restaurant, how is she treating the waiter? How is she treating other people who are strangers to her? Does she smile? Does she freaking smile? Not just with you, but just in general. Is she a happy, friendly person? That's the kind of person you want in your life. That's the kind of wife you need in your life, someone who is friendly. Now, being friendly also goes with being cooperative. Yes, she needs to be cooperative. You don't want to have to argue with somebody all the doggone time about what you're doing, what you're trying to do, this, that, and the third. You are the man, you are the leader, you are making the decisions. Not to saying that you don't consider what she has to say, but at the end of the day, you have the final say so. You strongly consider everything that she has to say. And yes, there will be a lot of times where you agree with what she has an idea about, but at the end of the day, she has to follow your lead. She has to be cooperative with what you are doing and how you are leading the relationship in the household. She has to follow your leadership. She has to be your helpmate. She cannot be your partner. She has to be your helpmate. She has to follow your leadership. The man is the head, the woman is the neck. She has to follow your headship, your leadership. And that goes along with being submissive. She has to be a friendly, cooperative, submissive woman. She has to submit herself to your leadership. Yes, she submit to you and you submit to God. And that goes in order. God, husband, wife, children. That's the order of things. That is the order of things. It will not work if it does not go in that order. You will not have a structured, happy, healthy household with the woman that is not submitting to you while you submit to God. Yes, you put God first, but after that comes you. First God, then she has to submit to you, fellas. Submit to your leadership. Submit to your decisions, the way that you are leading this household, leading the marriage, leading the relationship, leading the family. If she cannot submit to your leadership, it will not work. Even if she makes more money than you, she has to submit to your leadership. I'm not saying now you have a lot of women that won't submit to a man that makes substantially more money. Okay, I get that. More than likely, she's going to be alone. But for a woman who wants to be your wife, as long as you have the masculine leadership skills, she has to submit to your leadership. Social media. She must have a good social media profile. And let me get down to the details about that. What is she putting on her social media? Is she showing herself in a very provocative way? Is she, wearing a bunch of, booty shorts? Is she hanging out in the club all the time, showing her butt off, taking pictures bent over, with her tongue hanging out, showing her butt, wearing very revealing clothing? So much so where you can see her undergarments, you can see her areolas, maybe she got a see-through shirt on or whatever. Is she putting her middle finger up on social media? You don't want to deal with any kind of ratchet chicks. You don't want to deal with any women that are for the streets, that are, provocative, trying to get attention from men and this, that, and the third. No, absolutely not. I'm not saying that she can't have a social media, because a lot of people, especially women use a lot of social media to stay abreast with their friends, their family, the news or celebrities, things like that. I get it. But how is she portraying herself in social media, especially her Instagram? How is she portraying herself on her Instagram page? Is she portraying herself in a very godly, wifely like woman, or is she portraying herself as some ratchet chick, always trying to get attention and this, that, and the third, showing all her cleavage, showing her butt off, showing everything to the world? That's not the kind of wife that you need in your life. Now, along with that, with her social media, what is her mindset like? Because you have a lot of women that want a convenient marriage for them. They want to be married, but they don't want to be a wife. Those are two different things. Being married means that you are married to a man and he is providing a lifestyle for his wife. But to be a wife means to submit yourself to his leadership, to cooperate with your husband and be on his purpose, his program, his leadership for the family, for the household, for the kids. If she wants a lavish lifestyle and not a wife, that's not who you want to pick for a wife, because you have a lot of women that say they want to be married. They say they want a man to pay all the significant bills. They want to be a housewife, this, that, and the third. Even women that make substantial money, doing very well for themselves, making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars a year. And congratulations to them. We don't fault them. We have no problem with that whatsoever. But you have women that will throw all of that away and want a man to take care of everything so they can just lay back and look pretty. No, no, ma'am, no. If I'm providing that kind of lifestyle, you are going to be my submissive wife. You are going to submit to my leadership. Now, I'm not saying that, a guy's going to be just dogging a woman out, this, that, and the third. No. But I have a plan for this family. I am executing a plan. I need a helpmeet for a wife, not just somebody who's just going to lay down and be a rag doll or something like that, be my slave. Absolutely not. But there are roles. I, as the man, am in a masculine role. I am being the provider, the protector of the household. She should be the nurturer in the household. She should make the house a home. That's what a wife does. And at the same time, a wife is a helpmeet to her husband. She's in a supportive role to her husband's leadership. That is what a wife is. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor with the Lord. Yes, she should be a wife. Does she want to be a wife or to be married? Those are two different things. Those are two different things. She has to be a wife. She must desire. She must have this burning desire to be a wife to you, to be your wife. You have millions of women who want to be married. I get that. But how many of them want to be a wife, a feminine, cooperative, submissive wife? As a man, you don't want to go to work, do whatever you're doing for work. Maybe you have your own business. Maybe a VP or something at work, or whatever. But you don't want to come home to a woman and just argue and go through round two. You don't want to be that guy who comes home and sits in the driveway and just sits in the car for 5 minutes before you go into the house to take a breather, because you're going to have to deal with round two with this woman. That's not who you want for a wife. You don't want an argumentative woman. No, no, sir. If she wants to argue all the time, if she wants to just pick fights, if she does not submit to your leadership, if she does not follow your lead, even when you are dating, even when you are in a serious relationship, this is before you propose to her. If she's not doing those things before you propose to her, then you should not get down on one knee, propose a ring of significant carriage, and ask her to be your wife. No. Does she want to be a wife, or does she just want the lifestyle that you can provide for her? Those are two different things. Another thing, you have to understand what her love languages are. Everyone has different love languages. Men and women, we are different. We're always going to be different, because at the end of the day, we are man and we are woman. Now, most men have different love languages than women because we're different. What are the five love languages? You got physical touch, quality time, um, gift giving. You have words of affirmation and acts of service. Those are the five love languages. What are her love languages? Now, fellas, let's be honest. Most guys, we are very physical. Most guys, our first love language is physical touch. We like physical touch. We like, touching our woman and doing other things after touching, using all five of your senses, especially your sense of taste. Yeah, yep, yeah. That's our first love language. Your second love language, fella, your second love language might be quality time, might be acts of service or whatever. But more than likely, your first love language is physical touch. Now, you have to understand what are her love languages. I personally believe that if a woman's first love language is gifts, that's not the kind of woman for you because she's going to expect you to give her a gift, to spend money on her. And if you're not giving her gifts, and then in her eyes, that means that she does not feel loved. Now, for a woman who wants gifts all the time as their first love language, to me that's kind of a red flag. That to me that means that she wants a lavish lifestyle, and if you can't provide that for her, then she's going to leave you. And you know what? These are the kind of things that you need to look out for. Now, if her first love language is quality time, then okay, cool. Y'all like to spend time together. Y'all like to be with each other. Is it acts of service? Is it words of affirmation? Understand what is her order of love languages, and ultimately, where does physical touch fall on that? Now let's be honest, women don't have as much testosterone as men do. I get it. But for some women, their first love language is physical touch. Now you got to be watch out for that too, because if her first love language is physical touch, how many different men is she physically touching? That's another thing you got to look out for, especially especially the way that she portrays herself on social media. Is she talking to any other guys? Is that and the third? Now, if you're dating or whatever, okay, you might be talking to a few people, she might be talking to a few people. But if you are intentionally dating and moving with intention to find a wife, and if her first love language is physical touch, that could possibly be a red flag because she may have a lot of different her history of sex partners may be very high. And she may constantly compare your sex game to a lot of other different men that she's had in her past. And if you don't measure up, and if in her mind, if you don't blow her back out, and give her some of the best sex she's had in her life or whatever, she may feel like, okay, this isn't that good. Let me call back Tyrone, and I remember what he used to do, and this, that, and the third. I'm just saying, you got to be careful with women whose first love language is physical touch or gifts. You have to understand what her order of love languages are. Now, if her first love language is quality time, acts of service, or words of affirmation, okay, cool, cool, because she's gonna want to spend quality time with you. That's how y'all grow together. If her first language is acts of service, hell, you can go over there, wash some dishes, clean the car, do something nice for her, give her flowers or something like that, or I don't know. That's easy. That is easy doing acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time. Those are things that she should have as her first love language. Now, going back to physical touch, what are her views on sex? Some women, their views on sex are a lot different than other women. Some women, they may want it every single day. Some women, their libido may be very low. They may really want it, once a month or something like that. Y'all have to come to a healthy compromise on sex. Y'all have to be on the same page with the frequency of sex. If not, the relationship will not work. You should not marry her if you cannot be on the same page with sex. What works with each couple is different. But for most guys, as much testosterone that we have, a lot of guys, we don't mind getting on every day, maybe every other day. Now, for some women, that may be too much for them. Okay, what is a healthy compromise? Is it once a week? Is it twice a week? Is it three times a week? What is a healthy compromise? Is it every day, every other day? You know, some women they want it twice a day. What is a healthy compromise? Y'all got to have that conversation once you get further into the relationship. What is a healthy compromise? Because let's be honest, we don't live in a world today anymore where if you want to have sex with a woman, you gotta marry her, and both of y'all are virgins at 18 or 21 like that. No, we live in a world nowadays where women have access to sex in a lot of different places. I'm not saying they having sex all over the place, but they have access to it. A woman can go online, go on Tinder, Bumble, whatever, and they can find a guy who would want to have sex with them tonight, just like that. He ain't got to know her last name or anything like that. She can get it on. She can get some whenever she go looking for it. That's the world that we live in today. So it is extremely likely that the woman that you are vetting to be your wife is not a virgin. Okay, cool. I get it. Neither are y'all. Neither are you. Cool. But what are her views on sex? What is a healthy compromise that you both can come to on sex? Because if you are not having frequent sex with each other, there is no passion in the relationship. It just won't work. It will not work. When men have sex with our women, with our wives, we I forgot what it's called, but we release some kind of energy, and we that helps men pair bond a lot more. And for women, they pair bond even more. Women are a lot more emotional than men are when it comes to sex. What for some women, when they have sex with a man, they release themselves. They allow themselves. They open up themselves figuratively. They are in the most vulnerable state they could possibly be when a woman has sex with a man. So for some women, when they have sex with a man, they will only do that with a man who they are genuinely interested in being with. You got some women out here, they be out here just busting the wide open for whoever can give them some money, whoever they find sexually attracted to. You know, that's not the kind of woman you want in your life. If she says that she is willing to give you sex, if you can buy her something or give her some money or whatever, no, we got a word for that in this country. Do not deal with a woman who is constantly looking to exchange sex for money. A woman who is genuinely interested in you is going to want to have a healthy sexual frequency with you. What is that? That's for y'all to figure out. That's for y'all to have a conversation about, because every relationship is different. In my opinion, I will say a healthy frequency for sex in a relationship, I would say 2 or 3 times a week. Some women, they cannot handle sex every day. They cannot handle that every single day. I get it. I get it. Okay, 2 or 3 times a week, I'm cool. I'm cool. I think that is a healthy balance in a relationship. Now, if you got to go longer than that, maybe it's that time of the month, or maybe she's sick or injured or something like that. Okay, cool. Got no problem with that. But if there ain't nothing wrong with you and it ain't that time of the month, we ain't got no problems going on in a relationship. Yeah, men don't want to hear, I'm tired every single day or something like that. Like, like, come on, we got to find some kind of time to, yes, we got to find some time to get it on. Yes. Yes, you need to have a healthy frequency of sex, gentlemen. Men need sex. It is in our DNA to want sex, to have a release. Men need to have sexual releases. Hell, in some cases, a man cannot truly see and vet a woman until he's had post nut syndrome. Some guys, you cannot properly vet a woman until you have had sex with her, because until then, all you are thinking about is trying to get sex from her. Not saying in a creepy kind of way, but you take a woman out on 3 dates or so. You're like, okay, we gonna get to the sex. It's been about 3 days. It's been 30 days. I'm starting to feel some kind of way if I'm investing my time and my money into you, and I can't get some sex because the woman controls access to sex, right? The woman controls access to sex. Fellas, you control access to relationship and marriage. So if you are thinking about having a serious relationship and marrying this woman, is she thinking about having a healthy sex frequency with you? Let's be honest. What are her spiritual beliefs? What does she believe in? Is she a Christian? Is she a Muslim? What are her spiritual beliefs? I am a Christian. What are her spiritual beliefs? Does she believe in God? Okay, a lot of women believe in God, whether you're Catholic or Muslim. A lot of women believe in some kind of higher power. As a Christian, okay, you believe in God. You believe in everything in the Bible, all that kind of stuff. Okay, cool, I get it. Again, we do not live in a world where people are virgins until they become married, and then at that point they start having sex. That's not the reality for a lot of people. Now, for some people, yes, that's the world they live in, and cool. They need to get with the pastor to hook them up with each other, and then they get married, and at that point they can have at it. But for most people, they are sexually active out here in this dating world. Okay, what are her spiritual beliefs? Does she believe in God? Does she believe in a higher power? Does she believe in the words in the Bible as a Christian? Does she believe in the words in the Bible? Is she a wife? Because a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. Okay, and she believes in all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, does she believe in being a helpmeet? Does she believe in being a submitting herself to the God and her husband? Because if she is not doing those things while you are in a serious relationship, why the hell should you get down on one knee and propose to her? See, people think that when you marry somebody that they're just going to just flip a switch and change. Hell no. People don't change after you put a ring on it. People don't change after you say your vows and say I do and become one and change your last name or whatever. People don't change at that point. They are who they are. So, fellas, you have to recognize who this woman is, who she is as you are dating her, as you are in a serious relationship. She will continue to be that exact same person in a marriage. So, if she is exhibiting red flags in a relationship, she's going to continue to exhibit those same red flags in a marriage. She's going to be exactly who she is. That's why it is so important for you to vet her during the process before you propose to her. That is the whole purpose of the video. What you need to learn before you marry her. That's the whole purpose of this. So, going along with that, does she believe in the words in the Bible? If she is a Christian, does she believe in those things? Does she believe the man is the head, the woman submits to her husband? Yes, she should believe in those things. Because if she does not, take everything as a Christian woman, you take everything in the Bible and follow suit with that. Again, I'm not saying, she's going to have to be a virgin, so all this other kind of stuff, but At the end of the day, it goes back to what I said earlier: feminine, cooperative, submissive, being a wife, being a help meet. She, as your wife, as someone who you are looking to marry, she should be your support system while you lead and build in the relationship. See, fellas, if you are being a good man, if you are being a masculine leader, you are building something, you are building structure, security, and protection for her in the household. She should be a feminine, cooperative, submissive woman to you. What is her mental health like? Does she have her head on straight? Has she been to some kind of therapy? Is she self aware? Now, fellas, in some cases, you would not know how to understand this unless you are mentally healthy yourself, unless you have emotional intelligence, unless you yourself have been to therapy. You cannot tell if a woman is mentally healthy unless you yourself have have strong mental health. You yourself are emotionally intelligent. It's hard to tell that unless you get that experience yourself. So you got to see, what is her mental state like? Is she is she in a mature mindset, or is she a woman with a childlike mindset? And is she insecure? Is she always thinking that you're gonna go out, you're gonna cheat on her, you trying to do her wrong, you trying to get over on her, this, that, and the third? Is she insecure? Nobody want to deal with an insecure person. You out here trying to, being a good man, building, working, doing stuff for the household, maybe you hanging out with the fellas, or whatever. You don't want to have to be questioned all the time with what you're doing to ensure her that you are not doing her wrong. That is exhausting, man. That is just straight up exhausting. You don't want to be out here trying to live life, doing what you are supposed to do. You don't even have any malice in your heart to even do her wrong. But the fact that you have to keep assuring her that you are there, that you are not doing anything malicious, that you not, you ain't got no side chicks, you ain't out here trying to do her wrong, and sleeping with other women, or trying to get over on her, trying to take her money, trying to do this. No, you don't want to deal with any of that. You don't want to deal with the insecure woman. She should be secure in herself, knowing that if she is being a feminine, cooperative, submissive woman to your leadership, that you are being a mature, strong, masculine leader, protecting and providing for her. She should be secure in all that, knowing that when you come home, you are going to want to wear her out. You are going to want to do some things to her, and rightfully so. You're going to want to come home and have some freaky circus sex with her. Because if you can't do it with her, who you supposed to do it with then? She has to be secure with herself. You don't want to deal with the insecure woman. It's just toxic. It's just mentally draining. It's so negative to deal with the insecure woman, an insecure person. You don't want to deal with all that. And there's gonna be times where y'all going to have an argument, you have a disagreement, maybe something happened by accident. Does she apologize? Does she apologize? Fellas, I'm telling you, you don't understand how hard it is for women in today's age to just simply apologize. Apologize for an assumption, apologize for something that they did wrong, apologize for an accident. Just a simple, genuine apology can go a long way. Oh, I mean, it's hard enough to get women to smile, but to get a woman to genuinely apologize for a misinterpretation, for an assumption, for a disagreement, that that goes a long way. Does she apologize? Because if she can't apologize for the little things, she damn sure ain't gonna apologize for something major. Does she apologize to you? And does she genuinely mean it? Not in some nasty, well, I guess I'm sorry. No. Does she genuinely apologize? Can you feel her genuinely apologizing for something, even if for something little? Maybe y'all accidentally bumped into each other, or I don't know, something small. Does she apologize? Because if she can't apologize, if she always think that she's right, if she always got some kind of attitude, or if you got to pull an apology out of her, if you got to act like you going to court, you got to present all this evidence and this, that, and the third. Is it easy to get just a simple apology from her? Because if you can't, what do you have? You got an argumentative woman, and this goes back to sign language: shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Nobody's perfect. Not saying she's got to be perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. She's not perfect. If you want to find perfect, go talk to God. That's the only perfection that you are going to find. No one on this earth is perfect. Nobody. But a simple apology goes a long way. Does she apologize, or does she argue to the dirt because she got the need to be right? Which one is it? Does she shame you, insult you, try to guilt you into doing something? Or does she argue with you so much because she has the need to be right? Do you have to present so much evidence? Go back to what she said because y'all are arguing or something. You know that you are right, but she just got the need to be right. She keep moving the goalposts. She keep wanting to argue. Does she simply freaking apologize? Because men, if we are wrong, we got no problem apologizing whatsoever to anybody. That's what being part of a man is. When you as a man know that you are wrong in a specific situation, when you know that you were doing wrong, when you know that what you said was wrong, or whatever, it is masculine, it is manly to go up to that person and offer a genuine apology and explain what you are apologizing about. Grown men have no problem apologizing, but you got a lot of women out here who, they feel like they were justified in doing what they did, or it's like, well, if you didn't do this and I wouldn't have done that. No. Does she apologize? Apologies go a long way. Just a simple, I'm sorry. Not, "Ugh, fine, I'm sorry." No. A soft, feminine, genuine apology goes a long way. And guess what? Men are a lot more forgiving than women are. Men are a lot more forgiving. We forgive so much quicker, so easier than women are. You got some women out here that will take a grudge to the grave. A simple apology will just let that go. Let that combativeness go. Let that contempt go. Just apologize. Does she apologize, man? Oh, whew. Does she apologize, or is she selfish? Does she only see what she wants? Does she have your best interest at heart? Does she constantly look for what's convenient for her? because it might be convenient for her to be with you because you can provide a certain lifestyle for her. Those women are selfish. You don't want to deal with a selfish woman. She has to have your best interest at heart. You have her best interest at heart. She has your best interest at heart. You don't want to deal with a selfish woman because at the end of the day, she's always going to look out for her best interest. She will leave you quick, fast, in a hurry because that is in her best interest because she's selfish. You have a lot of people that have convenient relationships, convenient marriages out here. And as soon as something becomes inconvenient, woman takes off. She's gone. Why do I say the woman takes off? Because 9 times out of 10, the woman is the one ending a relationship. 8 out of 10 marriages, 8 out of 10 divorces are filed by women. Women leave relationships. Women end marriages. Women file for divorce. Prove me wrong? Okay. Ask a woman, when was the last time a man left you? Out of all the relationship that she's had, ask her, how many relationships did she walk away from? Unless the man died and she didn't kill him or she didn't set him up to get killed, how many relationships that she had that she did not end? You don't want to deal with a selfish woman because all they're going to want to do is want you to provide everything for her while she just sit back and look pretty. You don't need to deal with a selfish woman because a selfish woman, she's not going to be your helpmate. She's not going to want to do anything for you at all. She's going to begrudgingly do things for you, or she's going to do stuff for you knowing that she's going to get something for it in return. You want a selfless woman, not a selfish woman. Because selfish women, they just do what's in their best interest first. They do what's convenient for them first. If you lose your job, she's going to be gone because that's not convenient for her anymore. Because she needs to find a new man to take care of her. She's selfish. Hell, you got some women that are so selfish, they don't want to have children. They don't want to be mothers. They just want to just be free and do what they want, just roam the streets, have no rules, no structure, nothing. Again, it goes back to, does she want to be a wife or does she just want a lifestyle and to be selfish about it? Does she always ask what you are doing for her? What does she do for you, fellas? What does she do for you? Is she your helpmate or she just sit back and demand that you do things for her? Do it her way. Do it the way she wants to do it. Do it how she wants to do it. Do it at the pace she wants it done. Is she selfish? Does she really have your best interest at heart? Because if she doesn't, that's not the kind of woman you want in your life. That's not the kind of woman you want to marry. Stay away from these selfish women out here. You got women that are so about getting money and getting the bag. That's all they think about. They could care less about you. They don't want you. They want your resources. They don't want you. They want your sperm. Maybe she wants to be a mother, but she don't want to be a wife. Whew, you got so many women out here who want to be mothers but don't want to be wives. They want to be a baby mama. They want to have 2 or 3 kids, but they don't want to be a wife. Because being a wife comes with order, structure. They should submit themselves to their husbands. They don't want to do that. They want to remain in power and control. They want to wear the pants. They want to make the decisions. And guess what? Women who are mothers but not wives, they rule their household. They're the head of household. They don't want to answer to a man. Especially women who make a lot of money. They feel like they don't need a man. Okay, cool. Go be by yourself. Well, I'm going to go over here and do my own thing. Don't be mad at me when I go find me a woman who wants to be a wife. Black, white, Asian, indifferent. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. This right here, you got to watch out for. It goes back to what I just said. Is she feel like she don't need a man? Is she a feminist? Is she a feminist? Now, I'm not talking about the original feminists who wanted the right to vote, wanted the right to make money and all that. Got no problem with that whatsoever. I applaud it. You got some women who didn't want the right to vote because that came with the right to be drafted. That's a whole nother conversation. But I have no problem with women having the right to vote, having the equal opportunities, equal pay, all this other kind of stuff. Have no problem with that whatsoever. But these new age modern feminists out here who think they don't need men, who want to obliterate men, who think they're better than men, who just want to be the leaders of everything. You want the high level jobs, but you don't want to do work in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. You got to watch out for these feminists out here. Feminists who think that they're better than men, especially women who make a lot of money, who do very well for themselves. And again, congratulations to you. But women who think they don't need men, but guess what? The place they live in was built by men. When you pick up the phone and call 911, you expect a man to come help you, to come protect you. The roads were built by men. The infrastructure is built by men. Hell, the internet that you are using to watch this video right now was built and is managed by men. Men are the one putting the doggone fiber optics in the ground. Men are the one managing the qualms and the DOCSIS and all this other kind of stuff that go into the internet structure. You have some women that's doing that, but the overwhelming majority of it are men. Men work the jobs that build the infrastructure that we enjoy today. When you call somebody to come fix something in your house, guess who they're calling? A maintenance man. A maintenance man. Can a woman do it? Sure, but they choose not to. They choose not to. It's not like a woman can't do the jobs of men. A lot of women choose not to do the infrastructure, the dirty jobs of men. You don't see a lot of women choosing to work in the sewers, choosing to work in electrical fields, choosing to work in construction. You got some women in there choosing to work in IT, but particularly coding and stuff like that. But the jobs where you got to get down and dirty, the dangerous jobs, construction, all this other kind of stuff, women are not doing those jobs. So you got to be careful out here when you're dating a woman who has a contempt for men. Even contempt for men who she don't even know. Just contempt for men, period. Past 40 years, you've heard a bevy of particularly black women say that, men are dogs, men are trash, they dusty, musty, crusty, all this other kind of stuff. You have a bevy of men, women, black, white, indifferent, who just have a contempt for men. You could meet a woman on the street and she just snarls at you like, lady, I don't know you. I'm trying to get to know you, but you just got some kind of attitude, some kind of contempt for men, or you think that, you know, women don't need men, or you're better than men, you're smarter than men, you could do all the things a man can do. You don't want to deal with any kind of woman like that. You don't want to deal with a woman who thinks she's still being oppressed by the patriarchy or something like that. You don't want to deal with all that crap. You're thinking the patriarchy still going on in 2023 is oppressing women? No. No, 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 no. You want to see real patriarchy? You want to see real oppression? Go on some of these third world countries. Going over to Iraq, Afghanistan. Go to Russia. Go to some of these, China, some of these other places. North Korea. You want to see real patriarchy and oppression? Go over there. I don't hear about any of that kind of stuff going on in Ukraine right now. Just saying, women need men. Men have no problem whatsoever doing things for a woman, taking care of her, providing for her, protecting women. We have no problem with that whatsoever. But to protect and provide for a woman who feels like she does not need you, she does not want you, she could do bad all by herself. Okay. All right. Well, you can do bad all by yourself. I'm gonna go my own way. I want to be with you. I prefer to be with you. I'm asking you to submit to my leadership, the God in me and my spiritual leadership. You think that's oppressive? That's slavery? Okay, all right. You can go do all battle by yourself. I'm a go find me a woman who wants to be my wife. Stay away from feminists who think they don't need men, think that they're better than a man. When you marry a woman, you are also marrying her family, marrying into her family. So you have to know what her family is like and also what is her friend circle. Because guess what? We are all who our friend circle is. If you hang around a bunch of lames, people out here doing drugs and doing crime and all this other kind of stuff, guess what you're gonna be? You're gonna be doing that same thing right next to them. So get to know a woman's friends, get to know what their lifestyle is like, what their mindset is like, because she is who her circle is, just like you. So if she's hanging around a whole bunch of ratchet chicks, a whole bunch of women that think they don't need men, a whole bunch of women who think they're better than men, um, a whole bunch of women that's just out here just immature, that's out here fighting dudes, drinking all the time, smoking all the time. That's exactly who she is because she associates herself with those other women. So it's very important for you to understand what her friend circle is. And also make sure you introduce her to your close friends and family too, because they need to know if this is a good woman for you. See, your best friends, your family, they have your best interests at heart. So it is important for them to meet her, to talk to her, and not just over the phone, not just as a FaceTime call or something. No, in person. Let them see her body language. Let them, feel her energy. Let them see exactly who she says she is. Because some guys out here, they get so infatuated by how beautiful a woman is that you are so blind you cannot see who this woman really is. You cannot see past her mask, her representative. You cannot see down to the core of exactly who she is because you have blinders on. You are so in la la land by how beautiful she is. You're in lust. Make sure you introduce her to your friend circle, your family, so that they can vet her, they can give you some feedback, and they can let you know if they think that this is a good woman for you, especially if you're looking to marry her. And then also, what's her lifestyle like? Every woman has a certain lifestyle. The more people get, the more they get accustomed to a certain lifestyle, especially if she's a professional woman, if she makes a lot of money, does very well for herself, has worked her butt off to get to where she's at, and kudos to her. But guess what? You have to understand her lifestyle because most women are hypergamous. Most women, they don't ever want to go down in a lifestyle. That's why most women want a man who has as much as they do or more because they don't want to go down in the lifestyle that they have for themselves in their single years. So you have to understand what her lifestyle is, gentlemen. Does she, is she cool going to a Cheesecake Factory, a Chili's, or something like that? Or does she only associate herself with five-star restaurants? You talking about, an Ocean Prime, a Maestro's, things like that. Does she only associate herself with going to fine dining all the time? When y'all go on trips, is she okay with going to a 3-star restaurant, maybe a 4-star resort, or is she talking about no, I need the Waldorf Astoria, I need a 5-star resort, or put me in a villa, something like that. She talking about, oh, I only fly first class. Broke people fly in an economy. I only fly first class. You got to understand her lifestyle, gentlemen. Understand the kind of lifestyle and see if it will mesh with your lifestyle. A man with a high lifestyle does not mind bringing up a woman who does not have a similar lifestyle. But a woman with a high lifestyle, she'll be damned if she brings a man up to her lifestyle. That's just it. So if you have people that they may not have the exact same lifestyle, but if it's sort of similar, okay, y'all can work that out. But women typically do not want to go down in a lifestyle. Never, ever, 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 ever. And I get it, rightfully so. I completely get it. But you got to be aware of these things, gentlemen. You got to be aware of that. If she has a certain lifestyle, she's accustomed to that. So when you come into her life, when you come in, you have to understand that she does not want to go down in her lifestyle. And if y'all gonna keep butting heads, y'all might as well just go y'all separate ways and go find somebody else. So you gotta be aware of that. And to go along with that, what are her views on money? Things start to get real, testy when you start talking about money out here on these streets. You got women that they want to get in relationships, they want to be with a man, they want to get married and all this other kind of stuff. And when you start talking about money, ooh, that's the part when it starts getting real interesting. Does she want to spend money? Is she willing to spend money? And I'm talking and I'm talking about y'all got to match energy with that. Because if you take her out to a 5-star restaurant for her birthday, what's she gonna do for you? You take her out to Maestro's for her birthday, is she taking you to the Cheesecake Factory? Especially if she demanded you take it to some nice place. Let's say y'all looking to get married. Y'all got to have the conversation about how is the household bills going to get paid. Think about this. How many times you hear women say, they want to be a housewife. They don't want to pay significant bills. They don't mind working. They just want the man to pay all the significant bills while they keep their money to themselves or do whatever they want to do with their money. How many times you heard a woman say, your money is our money and my money is my money? Again, that's selfish. That's selfish, gentlemen. What are her views on money? Money is the biggest reason people get divorced and break up in this country. What are her views on money? Y'all, just like the conversation with sex, y'all got to be on the same page about money. What are her views on money? Because if y'all can't get on the same page with money, it's not going to work. Now, most women don't mind a man paying for every single thing under the sun. But guess what? You're going to want, gentlemen, you're going to want a fit, feminine, friendly, submissive, cooperative wife, a helpmate, a support system. Then you have some other women, okay, they don't mind paying 70/30 or something like that. Okay, cool. If that's what y'all want to do, all right, if that's what works for y'all. Now, the way that most people get paid in this country, the average salary is about $50,000. In most people's cases, it is ideal for both of you to go 50-50. Let's just be honest. It's hard out here for a pimp. This inflation is crazy. The cost of living is crazy, especially if you in states like New York, California, you down in Miami or something, you in the DMV area, whatever, you in these high demand places to live. It costs so much just to freaking live. You got folks paying $2,000 or so, on average for a 2-bedroom apartment. Hell, what's the cost of rent in New York City? $4,000 for an apartment? That's crazy. That's crazy. Most people cannot live with that kind of rental responsibility. You can build so much wealth if you work together. In my opinion, it is best that most people come together, work together, pay the bills together. You can build wealth together. You can pay off debt if you just work together. But if your views on money, if your views and her views on money don't align, it's not going to work. It is not going to work. Y'all have to be on the same accord. Y'all got to be on the same page when it comes to money, specifically paying bills, paying off debt, how you spend money, when you're out and about. Y'all got to be on the same page, gentlemen, because if you are looking to marry her, you have to know what her views on money are. She can have her own money. Okay, cool. But both of you have to be on the same page with the money. If she's going to stay at home and you pay all the bills, if that's what y'all agree to, okay. If you feel comfortable doing that, y'all fellas as high value men and all that, I got no problem with that. Cool. In a lot of cases, that's the best scenario. But let's be honest, there's a very small percentage of men that can even do that. So for most people out here, average salary is about $50,000. You bring your money, she brings her money, y'all work together, y'all be on the same accord. Y'all have an agreement and y'all stick to it. You communicate. You have to know all these things, be upfront and honest, and be in an agreement on everything as much as possible before you get married. Honestly, I would say before you propose to her, but especially before you get married, because you don't want to have these kind of arguments about money, about, paying the bills, this, that, and the third. You don't want to have these kind of arguments when you're married, because you should have had this understanding before you got married. And if y'all can't come to an understanding, it might be best for you to go your separate ways and both of y'all find somebody who you can get along with. Opposites may attract, but they don't stay together. You hear a lot of times, you hear a lot of stories about how a man getting left when he's down at his worst, when he lost his job or something like that. So, gentlemen, when you are courting a woman, when you're dating a woman, when you are in a serious relationship, life happens, things happen. Does she see you at your worst? How does she view you? What does she do when you are down, when you are at your worst, when you are sick, when maybe lose your job or something, when life happens to you, let's say you get sick or something, maybe God forbid you get in a car accident or something like that. You're just down bad. You're not at your plateau. You're down in the valley. You're just down bad for a season. Where is she? Is she by your side, being your support system, or is she looking to get out of Dodge and go find somebody who ain't down bad at the moment? Where is she when you are at your worst? When you need her more than any other time, when you are down bad, when you are going through something serious, where is she? Is she by your side? Is she doing the best that she can to support you? Is she trying to encourage you? Is she trying to nurture you back to health? Is she there for you? Hell, in some cases, if you are doing everything that you need to do to be a responsible grown man, and let's say something happens and you need some money, you need to borrow some money, is she gonna be there to help you out? You need to borrow, $200-300. She gonna be there to help you out, or she gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna give my money to somebody. Y'all been dating for a whole year. What is she like when you are at your worst, gentlemen? What is she like? What is she doing to support you when you are down bad? Because most guys, when a woman is down bad, he's right there. Especially for a woman he cares about. Oh no, no, I'm gonna be right here with you. That's how most guys are. If you're a good dude, if you're a good guy, if you have a kind-hearted soul, you are going to be by her side when she's sick, when she's down bad, she's going through something, she might be in the hospital, whatever. You are going to be right there. Where is she in your times of need? Because if you were there for her in her times of need, where is she there in your time of need? Is she talking about how inconvenient she is, or how she's complaining about how she's got to deal with this and deal with that? She want to complain so much when you are going through a season of a downtime. It's not gonna last. You really have to sit back and think: Is this the kind of person that I want in my corner for the rest of my life? No, no. If she cannot be there at your worst, she doesn't deserve to be there at your best. If she doesn't want to be there when you are down bad, when you are trying to come up, when you are building your life together, and she only wants you when you were at the finish line, when you were at the plateau of your life, no, no. She wasn't with you shooting in the gym. Where is she when you were down bad, gentlemen? When you were at your worst? Because when you get married, what are the vows when you get married? For richer, for poor, for sickness and health, for better and for worst. Where is she when you are at your worst? When you are sick? When you are poorer than the day before? If you lose your job, is she looking to get out of Dodge? Does she have contempt for you because you lost your job? If you are sick, is she complaining about how you need this or you need that? Have how she's got to run to the store to get you some medicine or whatever? Especially when you're not doing any of that kind of stuff for her. Again, this goes back to the selfishness. This goes back to mature mindset. This goes back to being mentally healthy, cooperative. This all ties in, gentlemen. This all ties in. And most of all, over anything else, you have to see her under pressure. Because no matter who you are, you can wear your mask when you first meet somebody. You can put on your suit, you can put on your best self, and she can do the same. But when things get tight, when adrenaline kicks in, when a person is under pressure, only their true self can deal with that. Only their true self. If there is a threat around you, is she looking to fight, or is she looking for you to protect her? If there's something going on, is she looking to buck back, or is she just like a feminine woman should do? Again, gentlemen, you have to see her under pressure. This just takes time. This takes time. You can't really predict when it's going to happen. You can't really test a woman like that. It just takes time. But there's going to be one day, one occasion, one time. It may be something that happens to you and you see how she reacts. But it's something very serious that happens. And you have to pay attention to how she reacts. Does she act in a very masculine, aggressive way? Or is she in her feminine energy gets in a I guess a fetal position or something, and looking for someone to help her, someone to protect her, or is she looking to just fight back? Nothing will show you more who a person really is until you see them under pressure, especially for a man. If something is seriously happening and a man just reacts like that, and he knows, he just moves. He don't say a word. He just goes. If someone is out, if you out in the street, and somebody's talking disrespectful to your woman, whether that person be a woman or a man or whatever, what is her reaction? Is she looking to walk away, or is she looking to fight? What is your reaction, gentlemen? Are you looking to walk away and let her deal with it? Or are you looking to stand up and protect her, or you know, grab her hand and get her out of harm's way? Again, you have to see a person under pressure to see exactly who they are. I appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment down at the bottom. I'll catch y'all later.